Number one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reed.
Heffron and Reed.
Rated number one podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for reals. It says it right here.
All right. John Heffron, good to see you. How you doing, buddy?
You, John Reap. So I got to ask right off the bat, is there any technical thingies right now?
No, you look good. You sound good.
Okay. So as that was going on, right, I heard the intro played on my computer, which is next to me, which I shouldn't hear. I should only hear through my headphones. So I got look at, I'm sweating because I thought I was going to be a reason why.
Well, look, we're still figuring out this podcast, man. We're going for the listeners who only listen to the podcast. We're going live on Facebook at the same time. And John's in Michigan, I'm in North Carolina. We're trying to make it work. We're figuring out all the bells and whistles, but we're getting there. I think each time it gets a little better. And we've already got people making comments on the different various Facebook pages and whatnot. We're going live on our YouTube channel. We're going live at the fan page on Facebook, Heffron and Reap, and we're going live on my Twitter. So
look at you.
We should have a lot of people. We got Jackie Light, David England, Andy Allman, Mike RM. So, but yeah, you look good. You sound good. The only thing that's different for me is I'm wearing a headset, and I can't hear myself, but I can hear you guys. But that's fine. I can hear myself through my own brain, and I know what I'm saying.
That little audio mess up literally got me almost stressed. I'm sweating. I might have to take off my sweatshirt.
Yeah. So
anytime we have a moment, if you start talking to people or doing something else, I have to take off my sweatshirt.
You should,
here's the deal.
Okay.
John Reed. Today is the 21st of September, correct? Tomorrow, 22nd of September, fall begins at 9:31 a.m. Fall starting, and this is actually one of my favorite nights of the year because usually statistically tomorrow morning I always tweet or would play the video. Do you remember the 21st night of September? So you know the song? Oh, we were dancing in September.
Is that what he says? Dancing in September?
Yeah. So that's literally.
I never knew that.
Remember the 21st night of September is literally right now. We are smack dab in the middle of that song. We are that song. Do you remember?
I love the song, but I never knew what it was about. I know but I don't know what he says there. So he's saying, do you remember? But like, it's September 21st. What's the significance? What happened on September 21st? And who sings that song?
A lot. That is Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
And do you remember? And I'm going to tell you the lyrics right now as I type them up. But that's it. Sometimes you're actually in the actual moment of a song. And today we are it. Remember. You remember 21st day of September. And also, John Reap, as I'm trying to do 21st day of September. You know what? We need a guy that can like look up this stuff for us. September.
What are you trying to look up, buddy? I got a computer right here.
Is the lyric to the song. I'd be horrible in that movie where somebody had to hack into the mainframe before the bomb goes off. Just because I'm one of the worst. I can't find it. Did you find it before?
Here's the lyrics. I got the lyrics right here, buddy. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that our souls were singing as we danced the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away.
And let's do another read of that because later we're going to talk about the 80s church and how we're bringing positive messages from song lyrics. And this is a good forum, John. If you were to read that and we were doing 80s church, if you take it to verse 2 of the song September, our hearts were ringing in the key that our soul was singing. As we danced the night, remember how the stars stole the night away or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the cadence.
Right.
Just speak. just I mean, not that we're doing on-job training now, but that's like the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
John, okay, a couple things. You've not mentioned anything about how I'm dressed, which I'm upset that you haven't noticed anything yet. Okay, but Bama Guy 98 has.
Thank you. I want to save it for him. John is wearing, for those of you listening to the podcast, which, by the way, thank you. John is wearing a headband. He's wearing I immediately saw that headband and thought that let's get physical.
I want to get physical. Olivia Newton-John. Let me hear your body talk.
See, look at you, dude.
I want to hear your body talk.
Like a professional actor or something. And you are wearing wristbands, which I found a whole bag of wristbands in my basement. I don't know.
Dude, I got these about 2 hours ago at a Goodwill. And it says the 80s cruise on it. Look at this. Yeah. Can you see it? The 80s cruise. Like
Did
this
you
was
perform at that?
No, but someone must have had these wristbands and just decided they didn't want them anymore. Gave them to a Goodwill. And then I also got this shirt at a Goodwill. It looks like an MTV shirt, but it says W Jam, Nashville, Tennessee. And I don't know what it means. I just thought it looked like MTV, so I thought it'd be perfect for our show tonight.
Dude, wristband. So I found a bag, and there's some promotion. I don't even know what booze company have on them, but I have a whole bag. So sometimes I put them on and walk around. Do you know how, like, if you haven't been into wristbands, like if you haven't wore wristbands in a long time and you're not a drummer in a band, I highly suggest getting wristbands. So you've had those on for a little. Don't you feel like if you sweat a little, bam, you just
they're perfect.
You're wiping off the sweat. If you're typing, bam, you got wristbands.
Yes, you are exactly right.
Need to come back.
I agree, but here's the problem. We got to figure out how to make it modern day manly type of a thing, because this looks too feminine for a lot of people. Not me, obviously, but some people would say this is too feminine. There's got to be a manly wristband that we can do. Just get a black one, I guess, right?
No, I have the ones I have are for some like Seagrams. They're rainbow, and I would wear those with pride. I think the color, right? I like.
Sure.
I like the teal. Would that be a teal or would that be?
I think this is teal or seafoam green, but I like the way it looks on me.
You know what I keep saying is, so the 80s cruise, that's weird that you found.
Oh, wait, Pam Nance says camouflage wristbands. There you go.
And you wouldn't your wrists.
Huh?
You could have wristbands on, and then
you're like, why's my hand floating in the air?
No, you'd be able to stick your hand. I wish I could, without my reading glasses and the speed in which I type. So Alonzo Bowden, our buddy, fellow Latin comic, but one of my best friends, like you had on your podcast Country-ish a couple weeks ago. I had on my If I Ever Do It Again solo John Heffernan project. But anyway, Alonzo performs on those cruises every year.
Yes.
And it's called the 80s cruise, and it's every VJ, it's every band you could love, and he would never quit those. I'd always say, Alonzo, if there's a week you can't perform at that thing, I hate cruises. I'm not a fan. I've been on 2. Will you please let me do one? Because I couldn't be more 80s. And then I did end up doing the NASCAR one.
I know. That made no sense to me. Let's talk about this. Keep going.
Right. So I did the NASCAR one, which, my act is, I don't even know what blue collar means, but it's pretty blue collar. Like, I'm not so hoity toity.
No.
Right. So
you're like a regular guy.
Would like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I knew nothing about NASCAR drivers. And I was with, I think you even you never did it, right?
Nope. I never did it. I'm going to tell you my part of this in a minute, but go ahead on your cruise part.
So it's every famous NASCAR driver in the history of the world up until whenever I did this, 2018. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody. And I had no experience with NASCAR. I didn't watch it, I had a UPS NASCAR. I even forgot his name. I had a jacket that was kind of cool, but my dad worked at UPS.
Dale Jarrett.
So I was going to talk about him, and then luckily a NASCAR fan friend of mine said, yeah, don't bring up the UPS car because that hasn't been around for however many years, right? So I would have said, hey, my favorite car is the UPS car, and they went, that hasn't. So the only other experience I had with NASCAR was doing Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s birthday party in Charlotte. You did it. Yeah. When do you want? I have so much of this story. You just want to hear mine and then tell.
Yeah. I think it's better this way. When you're finished talking, give me the oh hi sign, and then I'll take over. And it looks like I don't want before you get going.
Okay.
There might be some Wi-Fi problems. Your image is a little pixelated. Just want you to know. I don't think it's enough for us to stop because I can hear you fine. It's just your image. But go ahead.
God, well, listen, I've had an image problem since 1970. So I'll move around less. I did Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s birthday party in Charlotte. You did it, I believe, a year or two or the year before me.
Correct.
And I can think of, after 30 years of doing stand-up, times I've bombed the most. Right? And by far, doing Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s birthday party was one of the top 5.
Yeah.
I walked on stage, right? And it's a charity event for a great charity that they have in the Charlotte area. They make lunches for kids or backpacks for kids who can't have meals after when they get home from school.
Right.
I forgot the name of the charity, but it's just you do a little research and you'll see. So it was a great charity. I walk on stage and I started talking, and I'm doing bulletproof material. I'm doing material that I've done forever. Hey, what's up with the backseat middle hump? Sucks it like never not crushes. Nothing. Not even a chuckle of just that one person who feels sorry for somebody who's not doing well. Not even nothing.
I have a theory, but I'll tell you my theory after you finish the story.
So somehow, I don't even know. So it's 5 minutes of sweating. Sweat's coming off my forehead. I'm like, I'm eating in front of Dale Earnhardt Jr. And then all of a sudden I got laughs and applause break. So what I think happened was my mic wasn't working for almost the first 5 minutes. I was talking and nobody could hear me. And then somehow it kicked on, and then it went to and then I got off, and whoever, there's a guy who owns a Comedy Zone, this Heffron guy, not related to me, by the way.
Brian.
Yeah, they came up and they're like, yeah, the first 5 minutes, we thought we were dead in the water.
Well, I'll tell you, when I did that gig, it was no cakewalk. It was not an easy gig. The room is stiff and stale, right? Everyone's dressed up. This is like a nice charity event. Everyone's with their wives, and they're really proper and nice, and they got the tables and the tablecloths and the silverware is just right. But it's in a big room with a high ceiling, which always sucks, right?
Yeah.
For sound. And it's like, these are NASCAR guys, so it's metal and wood, things that just don't soak up sound, so the sound is bad. And I was going to ask you this is my theory. When you did this gig, did you just go right into it, or did you do a little, how do you do? Nice to be here. It's blah, blah. I mean, did you just walk up there and start doing your material?
I don't remember, but I've done enough corporate events and stuff like that where I have pretty good instincts. I wouldn't have just walked out, but the intro was weird. His sister, I just remember it being a little like you take a weird stumble even before you talk, just if the environment's weird. And then listen, I talk really fast and I'm kind of nasally. right? So I immediately,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I thought they were like, "Who's this Yankee?" Like, God,
there might have been some of that too, where it's just like it's a slower pace, and that's why that was my theory is that you went right into it real quick and with a quicker pace than maybe what they're used to. And they were just like, well, hang on a minute. Where's my entree? Wait, who is this guy? So it probably just took 5 minutes from the warm up to you. And then, of course, if the mic doesn't work, that's a problem as well.
So how'd we get? Oh, you're the 80s crew. So Alonzo
80s crews.
I wish we could get Alonzo on now. I don't think that would literally be possible, or would it?
Well,
somebody
Alonzo Bowden gave me the country music cruise.
He gave me but he's done the 80s. So somebody,
do you want me to try and text Alonzo?
Yeah, see if he wants to come on.
Okay.
Because he won't give up that.
You talk while I.
The crew. Are you leaving?
What? No, I'm right here.
By the way, John, so while you're doing that, let's go back to look at Sully Kate right there. Look at John Reap. Look at Sully Kate real quick.
Can we see the back of Reap's head? I need to know more about this headband scarf. Yes.
That's, by the way, did you hear me? That's the girl. Wait, you got that? I like the teal. Can we just wear headbands? Like, I want to wear a headband. I've never worn. This
is for women. This thing that I bought.
It's keeping the swap. I would love to have one of those right now.
Well, I've got 3 of them. There's a purple one, a red one, and this teal one. And I bought it for my album Ginger Pain when I dressed up like a Ginger Prince from Prince, Purple Rain. Yeah. So I bought a bunch because I didn't know what color I was going to do, and I still have them. So that's why I have this. Just FYI.
I know we're all over the place, John Reed, but if you know me, if you know you, we're going to be all over the place. So sticking with 80s thing, guess what I bought you this weekend? I bought you.
You bought me something?
Yeah, well, me and you didn't look up when you saw Sully Kate.
What about her?
Cool. That was she popped on, and I was going to show you, like, introduce you guys. But you were looking. We're doing.
I see her. There she is. Alan put her up there. She's doing the hands.
So we bought. We went to a candy shop, and we got these.
Who did? Who's we?
Are you not listening? Like what I just said?
You and Sully Kate?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you knew this person.
Yeah, that's what that's okay.
John, will you put me on assignment to send Alonzo?
Get a hold of Alonzo, but I'm also telling you, I bought you Smarties. Remember we talked about?
I do. No, I do. These are like the M&Ms from Canada.
Yes, I bought you some. Now listen, I bought you a bunch to send. However, this is the last one left. I had, so I bought like 10, and at $2.19. Listen, I haven't worked in 5 months. $20 in candy is a lot for me right now. But I have one left.
John, you don't have to send it to me.
I'm gonna.
But if you do, that's great. But I think I'm so impatient. I'd like to see what one looks like right now. Does that mean you'd have to open up the box?
Yeah, and you're done. You're never going to see them. I hope you're ready.
Right.
I also bought this, which I haven't had in.
Whatchamacallit?
Which would be you remember the commercial? Do you remember what did you see? Whatchamacallit?
Yeah.
You forgot the name?
Right.
Are you looking up Alonzo right now?
No, I stopped to listen.
Okay. So anyway, while you're doing that,
I'm gonna say, hey, buddy.
He does all the 80s cruise, and I was excited and wanted to do it. And he said if he ever stopped doing it, he would get me to do it, and he just hasn't stopped. He also does the jazz cruises.
Right. That's what I was going to say.
But the only one I would care about is if Sade, how do I point? How do you get that hand up? I don't even know this right here. Sade, like that. Yeah. So while you're,
I got it. I sent Alonzo an email with the link. So maybe he'll join us. But yes, Alonzo does smooth jazz cruise, regular jazz cruise, and like another cruise. He does like 3 different cruises, right?
Yeah.
And then the people, he gets to know the people who book all those things over time, like Time Life and some other companies or whatever.
Yeah.
And they said, we're thinking about doing a country music cruise. And he goes, I got your guy. And so he hooked me up. Do you like my Alonzo impression?
Yeah.
And so he hooked me up with
before. I did that one. I did the NASCAR one.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you could get off at so I performed first day, first night. And then they stopped at whatever port they were. Right. I don't remember the tour, wherever you went.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I could get off the ship and then fly home. So I was on the cruise for 4 days when I only performed the first night, and I would have got off the very next day. And then I got sicker than I've ever been in my entire life, but I didn't want to be put in quarantine. So I just stayed in my room for 2 days straight being sick without telling anybody. I didn't eat. I didn't leave the room. And then finally I was good enough. And that's the story I told you when I got off at Bahama and I asked people for Pedialyte. And the guy's like, how many do you want? I'm like, I just want Pedialyte. I don't want drugs. It's Pedialyte is called Pedialyte. Yeah.
He didn't even know what you were saying. He just knew that I'm going to be the guy to get it.
Yeah. Or whatever he thought. Yeah. So that was that. So
yeah. Hey, where can I get some Pedialyte? He's like, yeah, how much you want?
Yeah.
He's like, well, do you know what it is? No, but I'm going to get it. And I need to know how much. Okay, so you didn't get all. I did the country music cruise 2 or 3 times.
Right.
And it's mostly old people. And I was by myself. So I was newly divorced. I didn't have a girl with me. I was just a single dude on a ship full of old people.
Right.
I still had a good time. I stayed on the ship the whole time. And I never thought of trying to get off of it. I performed the first day and the last day. So I had to perform twice. And they wanted 2 different acts. And I barely have exactly 2 hours. You know what I mean? Where I could do 2 totally different sets of material. So I did that. But I never thought of getting off the boat because even though I was surrounded by old people, I was still having fun. Like I was gambling. They got poker tables and blackjack, and the ship's nice. Did you do the Holland American ship? Do you remember what it was?
Remember. Yeah, there wasn't. There was no gambling.
Oh, you didn't have gambling?
No, there was no gambling. But I was around. I remember just sitting around with, Jerry Elliott, some of the most famous NASCAR guys ever, and they were all the coolest guys that I've ever met.
Wow.
Ever. Like it was a great experience, but I knew nothing about anybody.
So here's what kills me. You need to be doing the 80s cruise.
Gotta get
and
around.
I should be doing the NASCAR cruise. And the country music cruise. But I have my own cruise now. John Reap's comedy cruise coming up November 2021, November 6th through 11. Go to johnreap.com.
Wait, what?
John, it upsets me that you don't know about this because what it tells me is you don't pay attention to my life, even though I just ignored that whole Smarties thing that you did earlier. From Solar
By the way,
Cake.
Alan can throw up our new thing that I want to talk about later, but I think he should just throw it up and just have it on the thing. FYI, that was a shout out to the head office. So your cruise, November something. 2021, way after COVID, way after all the cities will be burning for whatever reason.
The world, we will be either over COVID or there will be no Earth left.
It might not be Earth.
So either way, might as well go ahead and book it.
Might as well at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
So we did one last year. So it's not, I don't have the whole ship to myself. It's my buddy Johnny Poovey. He has, he's a cruise planner. That's one of his side hustles is he does events and group rates for cruises and that kind of stuff. And so he asked me when I moved back home, he said, we should do a John Reap cruise. I'm like, yeah, I got this other one I do with country music and they pay me pretty good. And I don't want to ruin that. And then I found out later that they stopped booking me the country music cruise. And I'm like, why have they called me? It's been a couple of years. Normally they, take a year off and they have me back. And I went to the website, and it's like, Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's why I'm not on that cruise anymore. So I said, yeah, let's do my own cruise. And we just get a group of people. I think we had like over 100 last time we went. And we get a space. I do comedy, do karaoke, and we do a podcast, and we just hang out. It's a good time. But it's not like what you're talking. The whole ship is the theme. That's not. We are mingling amongst other people who have no idea what we're doing. Yeah.
That might be the only place that everybody's living at that point, is we just all have to move the ocean on a boat because, yeah. What cruise isn't lying?
Dave Del John Heffern, how would you pronounce Dave Dell's last name?
Dave Del Bocchio.
Bocchio? Go to Dave, go to johnreap.com and then click on the Reaps Peeps Comedy Cruise, and all the details are right there. I think it's Royal Caribbean, though.
What else did I want? I know we're all over the place.
We were talking about the 80s cruise, Alonzo Bowden.
That's how we started this 20 minutes ago. And Alonzo, do you ever get back to? Also, 80s cruise, we also...
It's last minute. He's not going to respond.
It also got this as little... Right, because listen, our 80s church thing, and you're going to be ordained by the time we do this next one. So everything will be legit, because I'm actually a minister, right? And you will be. But I got these
Pop Rocks. Yeah.
So
how many do you have? How many packs?
I got a bunch, because here's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Proceed.
You know how on 700 Club, how they always had holy water? And you could buy little packs of holy water,
right?
And they'd ask people for money,
right?
Guess what? We're gonna send people. We're gonna send people lyrics. They're gonna tell us what they need a lyric about, and what we're gonna do, John Reap, is we're gonna write that lyric on a piece of paper, put stickers on it, and fold it as if you're in high school, and we're gonna send them. Look at me getting in my cadence. We're gonna send them a pack of Pop Rocks for you to read the lyrics and eat the Pop Rocks and have whatever. Obviously, this is a parody. I mean, nothing we're sending you is going to stop whatever it is ailing, by the way. However, isn't that, John? Imagine if we signed something, we made a note, and we sent this to people. That's to come. That's how much I'm thinking about.
I haven't had Pop Rocks in forever. I think that's a great idea, because holy water, I mean, look, I'm not trying to get all religious, but if you're sending holy water in the mail, I don't know if that's actually holy water.
We don't know.
You know what I mean, it could just be
Pop
water.
Rocks work, though, right?
I know that these Pop Rocks are Pop Rocks as soon as I put them in my mouth. And it sounds like it's working, like it's doing something.
It's doing something. Imagine if you had a lyric going with something to think about as the Pop Rocks were bouncing in your mouth. What a state you'll be when they're finally done. Although I do not recommend taking Pop Rocks and drinking Coca-Cola. It has adverse effects. It killed the Life cereal kid, Mikey. Remember
really?
Remember that? No, remember there's an urban legend. That's how we
just as you said it. That's why I laughed, because I remember that. Hey, Mikey, he likes it.
Yeah, and then he did Pop Rocks with it. But that's something,
John, now that you have shown us a packet of Pop Rocks, and I know you have many of them, can we please hear you, watch you put some of these Pop Rocks in your mouth?
What?
Or you teased us, man. I want to hear it. This is a whole.
Hold on, bro. Let me just see if these Pop Rocks are keto friendly. Because I'm totally about intermittent fasting, and I'm totally about the keto. So let me just see. It's gonna break my fast, bro.
There's a whole subgenre on the internet of people who like get off just listening to weird people do weird sounds on their fingernails.
On Instagram, people who cut sand, the sand, really cool, cakey type cupcake material, and then you cut it, and just the sound of the cake.
Right.
So
we need to hear the Pop Rocks. What flavor are you choosing?
I don't know. I only brought two up because I was doing it as example.
Go with the green one.
Grape or Pop Rock watermelon.
Watermelon.
Well, let's see what the people say. First person that I see on our Facebook, tell me which one. Then that's what I'm doing.
There we go.
Let me do a shout out to whoever it is. So I have an option of. By the way, I got somebody asked. Johnny need big league chew. That was there. Somebody DM'd me and asked when we were going to get real or talk about politics or shit that matters. Can I just tell everybody listening right now? Me and John have the philosophy that we are a distraction. With all the shit going on in the world, sometimes you need a moment of pure sugar just to defrag so we don't all think we're all going to die. Okay? So there you go.
I agree.
There you go. I just want to say
you can. There's plenty of places where you can hear politics.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody. So look at me talking like this. So far, I hear purple, grape, watermelon, grape. John,
I think the first person was Dave. The first person was Dave, and he said grape. So if you're going to go by them, Dave was the first person to put up the word grape, and then right behind him, Tammy put up watermelon. So it was close. They both came in at 8:31 p.m.
There's no sports going on. People are so excited that there's any type of competition. Like we could have done a bracket and just had people pick, and then had pick at the end. So here we go. By the way, I'm going to go. Am I going with grape?
You have to go grape if you're going to do what you said you're going to do.
I know. Before I do this, we need to hold on, John Reap.
Do you have soda up there?
And Reap. Subject change.
So, by the way, right there, you just heard a Heifer and Reap subject change because we bounce all over the place. And right now, if we were on Facebook Live, which we are, you have an opportunity to make a video where it's you saying your name, maybe even a website or what your Instagram account is. And then all you would say, it's a Heifer and Reap subject change, just like this.
Heifer and Reap. Subject change.
And we play that video and then we'd move on. There's info about that, about random things that pop up on here. But randomly, John, I'm completely switching subjects. Got in my house after performing in Cleveland this weekend. By the way, shout out to Hilarities and Nick. That place was awesome.
Wow.
They had dividers between everybody who was seated. The air conditioning doesn't recycle air. It blows. There's no recycled air. So the air comes in and then leaves. It's just like, you're out of here. So out of all the places, yeah, crazy safe. I got back, though, after just 2 days. I have something, I'm in this farmhouse and there's things in the wall. I've told you this story. There's cows. I wish I was closer to downstairs. There's cows yelling. I don't know if it's cow yelling season, but there's cows yelling nonstop.
I think that's called mooing, John.
Yeah, they're mooing. No, one is yelling. I would give a cow going moo. This one is yelling just nonstop. But came into the house, and there's such a rancid smell in my house. And I'm pretty sure it's something dead in the walls, right? Could be, whatever. I'm pretty sure there's something dead.
Yeah.
Or it's water backing up in my basement because I have a bathroom and sink down there, like a big sink. Or it's that. But it's disgusting, right? To the point where I don't know what to do because there's nothing you can see that has it. There's a kid who lives on my street who is a neighbor who's, I don't know, he's 11 or 12, but he's 55. He's like a 55-year-old.
Right. I know those kids.
Not even a moped. He's got a motor. He's got a Suzuki, and you just hear him riding around because his parents own 1,000 acres of farm. So he's the one when I had a wasp nest. He's like, want me to bring over my shotgun and we can shoot it. And I'm like,
right.
12, you can't just hang out with the 50-year-old guy and we shoot guns. So he came over selling cookie dough for a football team,
Yeah.
And I just shoot the shit with this kid because he's the only person on the street that talks to me. I mean, everyone's farmers and do that real cool, they wave, but I have conversation with this kid.
Right.
And I was telling him, I might move my cabinets and I might move them to I don't know. I'm just having conversations with him. And at 11 or 12, he goes, let's even say he's 12. He goes, yeah, I put in cabinets last week. I can do it if you need help. I'm like, no, I'm good. And then he goes, we're going to bust up. I know I'm skipping all of his story. He goes, we're going to clear up this part of your back of your yard because the cows are going to come closer and we got to clear all this stuff. I go, well, if you guys need to knock down the shed or if that's a thing that sheds, I don't use it. And he goes, why don't you use it? I go, because the roof sucks and the side, but it's a really big shed. Yeah. It'd make a really cool bar or just something.
Yeah.
The kid looks and he's looking at it. He goes, well, if you put an awning right here, then you can place high top tables here. And I put a window here. That way, if you're serving hot dogs or stuff, people can come up to the window. He's 12. Right. And I go, well, do you know how to do any of that? He goes, it's full. I'm telling you, there's a foot of not nuts, but I don't even know what they are. These things that the squirrels and stuff store in there. He's like, I'm crazy allergic to those nuts. If you clear it out, I can build it out for you. He's 12. He's using the terms build it out and all that. So I told him, I go, yeah, well, before I do that, I gotta find something dead in the wall. He's like, what does it smell like? I go, what? He goes, is it a ripe smell? Is it a sweet smell? Because if it is, it's either a red squirrel or baby raccoon. But if it's this smell, then it's probably a mouse or a rat. He's 12 and it has that type of not at 12, dude.
See, so that's a whole yeah. I was just gonna say I love those people. It's a different kind of smart that happens when you live on the farm, kind of a thing, it's so they grow up so fast. It's so funny as you're talking. I imagine he's probably packing a can of dip and putting dip in. And
so I've wanted to do because every morning there's 2 John Deere tractors that come by my window, and I have in my kitchen I have this beautiful door that has a huge window on it, and it overlooks this farm, but in a silo, and you just see all the crops, and it's this great picture because every day it changes. Some day there's a huge John Deere tractor, other times the crop's done, and then now that the hay is in perfect circles, but it changes almost every couple days. It's
nice.
Just people, and I take pictures of it every night. I had a bigger story to this. So I see John Deere tractors coming. I always think of that Footloose, when they're coming. I need a hero. I need a hero. Right. So I was telling him about that, and then he told me. So I went down there right even before we did this, and I'm scrubbing with bleach. I'm pouring bleach. I'm moving. I have these panels. I'm looking for a dead anything.
Right.
Before I get to this, long story short, there needs to be a company just called What the Fuck's That Smell? And if you just have a smell at your house, you just hire our What the F is that smell? And a guy shows up in a van and just walks into the house and goes and just starts sniffing around and tells you if it's an animal or where the animal is, or if it's water, or if you have a plate of spaghetti or a bowl of SpaghettiOs you haven't cleaned out. I need a company that just goes, what the fuck is that smell? It's driving me crazy to the point where I might have to move if I can't figure out where the smell is.
That's a great idea. I wish that science would go ahead and move way forward in time so we can start, engineering human beings with the same sense of smell as the dogs. And then you could walk in, imagine if you could have the same sense of smell as a dog. I mean, you would know right away what that thing is, probably. Well, maybe you don't because you just don't have the knowledge of those things, but you would smell it quicker. Maybe that's not a good idea. I take it back. But
so
it's funny that kid broke it down. Is it ripe? Is it sweet? Is it a death stench? He knew all this stuff.
This is so quick. So he rides by.
He's a country savant, says Rick Sanford III.
That's the greatest. Yeah, because I have a burn barrel, which I'm paranoid. I used it once, and I love the smell of it, and I can't wait to use it again. But it's kind of close to all these pine trees in my yard, so I don't know where to put this burn barrel without. I don't want to burn down I don't want to set anything on fire. So I didn't know what to do. And I told this kid this again. I tell him, I'm like, yeah, that's a burn. He's like, what are you doing with that? And I go, I want to burn, but I don't want to set my car on fire or my house. He's like, literally says, I can get the back loader or front loader. I'm sorry, the front loader and bring rocks, and we could build a fire pit. I can just drop all the, the rocks, and we can build a fire pit. And I'm like, yeah, John, I want to recreate Footloose, but he's the Penn character, the kid who can't dance with the cowboy hat. Okay. Right? You
gotta somehow employ this kid without breaking the law.
Yeah, he goes, if you need anything around with fall coming, because tomorrow fall starts, John.
That's right.
At 9:31. Which, by the way, 40 minutes ago, here, if you can look at that, I go, Fall 1. We haven't got past the first sentence. I was going to ask you.
Right. We have plans for things to say and talk about, but then we don't. Go ahead.
Oh, what the hell, Pop? Dave, this is what's called a tease, Dave. Right there, we just kept 5 people on this feed longer than normal because I haven't eaten the Pop Rocks.
Right. Coming up soon. Don't leave yet. Coming up soon. John Heffron is going to put grape-flavored Pop Rocks in his mouth.
Before I do the Pop Rocks, so I'm on a couple acres, right? And then there's 1 acre, let's say, which is pretty big, of weeds and some grass that I've tried to grow, but it's just flat. But winter's coming, and I'm thinking of putting a full skating rink on that acre. Like, now I know it's very Hallmark movie-y, but I want that exact setup. Should I do it? It'd be on Amazon. You can buy an ice rink on Amazon where they have the plastic you put down. You have boards, and it's pretty big. I was thinking about getting heaters and putting those lights up, and then letting all the. On my street, there's like 10 kids, but like friends come over with their kids and just skate at the rink, and maybe Heffron rink and have a little hot chocolate. Is that too Hallmarky, you think?
No, not at all. Here's how you spin it, because you're worried about it sounding too Hallmarky. What you say is, this is for hockey purposes. Makes it more manly, see? Like you're out there practicing hockey. That's just what you say. You don't really do it. It makes it sound less Hallmarky that way. But no, I think that's awesome, dude.
Thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, your place is going to be amazing. You're going to get that 12-year-old kid out there. I mean, this is like the Field of Dreams hockey version. Build it, and they will skate.
Yeah, but here's what wrecks it for me is, I just have to have somebody text me a release form. I'm just worried somebody bites it and sues me for the $4 I've left.
Like for hurting themselves on your skate rink. Liability issues, yeah.
Right.
Well, don't invite everybody.
Doing well. I mean, we always saw Rick at the Funny Bone.
Rick Sanford III he's come to see you. He has a picture with you, and he's a big fan of the Country-ish podcast as well. He sends this stuff in the mail all the time.
Yeah, we used to talk 80s R&B or So here we go.
Chase Waters says, "Bro, I'm going to get Footloose on that ice rink."
Right.
Awesome. No. Yeah. I hear Pop Rocks. Do you have soda nearby?
I don't drink soda here in Michigan. I drink.
Oh, pop. How dare me. Coke. Do you have a Verner's over there?
Do I have a what? A Verner's? Yeah, I have Verner's. I have Verner's downstairs. I have a Verner's.
Well, I'm wondering if you're going to mix it with some soda in your mouth.
Then you would die.
If you close your mouth. If you just leave your mouth open, it'll be like a volcano. It's kind of cool. You don't have to shut your mouth. Hold your nose.
I don't have time. Do we need to play 80s music, do you think? Why are we doing this? By the way, John, I had so many things.
John, I can totally talk while you're doing it. It's fine.
I don't want to get Verner's, though. By the way, you're missing football, John Rape. I looked this up for you.
It is.
The anniversary of Monday Night Football Today is 50. I burped right there. Today is the 50th anniversary of on September 21st. Guess what year? Do you know what year? John Reap. Let's see. Do you know the year that Monday Night Football started? September 1st. What year? We go to John Reap.
I'm gonna make a guess.
Okay.
I want to say it was 1967.
Oh, hold on. Nope. I don't.
Was I close? Tell me how many years I was off.
There's a C right here. John Reap answered 1968. Was that the 50th anniversary of Monday Night Football? Today is the 50th anniversary.
Oh, I didn't know that part. I didn't
hear
hear the 50th
and
part.
the year is
John, are you
1970.
You're trying to shame. You're trying to shame me.
I was trying to get all.
You're trying to math shame me, but because I didn't do the math correctly. Had I known that it was the 50th anniversary, I could have figured it out.
I didn't realize that. So tonight's game between New Orleans Saints and Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep.
Will be simulcast on ABC. First edition ABC Monday Night Football, 1970. Do you know what team, John Reap?
What team was the first?
Was on the very first 1970 Monday Night Football.
Dallas Cowboys.
Only one who got this one. Cleveland Browns versus New York Jets at Cleveland.
Oh, shoot. I should have.
31-21.
Yeah. Okay. So I should have known that it wouldn't have been a bigger name in football like Dallas. Like everyone loves that. Lots of Cowboys fans everywhere you go. Monday night was for the crappy games originally. They're like, oh, well, we got a game that no one's going to watch otherwise. We'll put it on Monday night and try and make people just watch one game together. And then over time, they started putting better games on. So I should have known that. But, yeah, I am sacrificing for you. I love football. I should be watching it right now. I usually play fantasy football, not playing it this year. Took a year off, but I just do straight up pick'ems. And I'm right in the middle of the pack right now with my picks. There's like 9 of us. I'm right in the middle. There's 4 guys ahead of me and 4 guys behind me.
I've been playing a fantasy. What month does this world end league?
Oh,
I don't know if you're part of it. A lot of people. So you pick what month 2020 is going to be the end of all of us. You know, I have December, by the way. So I'm hoping December kicks through because then I win $100.
I was out. I had already picked March.
Yeah. So
am
I doing the Pop Rocks though, or is there anything else? I have so much more.
I think you should.
You want?
Well, what else did you want to get to something on the sheet, or did you want to go do the Pop Rocks?
Dude, I did. You don't think I do homework?
I know you do homework.
Yeah. I had the 12-year-old. He printed up on the stuff. He actually he made ink. And then you chop down the trees, and then you finish it up. That's how you do it on the farm.
Man, we got to get this guy on the podcast. At some point, you need to invite him. Tell his parents, and then have him come over, and you got to have him on the podcast. What's his name?
I don't. That's the thing. I wouldn't say his name, but I don't.
You don't remember his name?
Bud. I call him Bud. You know what I mean? Like the whole.
What's up, Young Blood? You call him Young Blood?
I bought cookie dough from him. And he told me to text the number to get the cookie dough. And I go, I'll buy 2 tubs. And then I asked him how big is the cookie dough tub you get? And he goes, the gallon of ice cream that you buy? And immediately my brain was going, yes. I'm going to buy it. That's the perfect size. He goes, it's about half of that. And I went, I'll get 2. So, yeah.
Oh, he accidentally upsold you.
Yeah. Should I do the Pop Rock song, or do you want to have another thing for you?
Well, I'll tell you, I've got stuff over here as well. So I want to talk about this at some point. Can you see these glasses I'm wearing?
Oh, they're very Macho Man Randy.
Oh, yeah. I wish you.
Yeah. You want Macho Man Randy Savage.
So my buddy Rick gave me these things. It's like a Porsche or Ferrari.
Yeah, I can't see it.
But they look like, looks like something that you would wear right after you got your eyes dilated from like coming back from a doctor's appointment, an eye doctor's appointment. Like, you know what I mean? With the big fat ones for old people. This is what it kind of looks like. But now I'm looking at it. I kind of like it. But do you remember?
I gotta say, that's a great look for you. By the way, I am interrupting. But okay. I know you put it on. But if you were at a grocery store, and let's say you had a mask on, just throw a mask on because we have to wear masks. I would go, this guy's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not roll into a store like that with a headband, glasses, and a mask? Seriously.
This is going to be my new look on the Heffron and Reap podcast. When you watch or listen to Country-ish, I won't look like this. This is just for you, buddy.
Wait, so are we playing dress up now for Heffron and Reap? Do we just get where? Is this where we get to be free? Because I got to tell you, I would love to wear a headband. I guess a wristband.
Yeah, this is where we get to be free. You need to put your members only jacket on. By the way, someone reached out to me on Instagram and said, I have a members only jacket I would like to send to you guys, but I don't want to give her my address. So At some point, we're going to figure out how to get this members only jacket.
I'll Amazon you one.
No. Okay. But she has one. Anyway, so you get your members only. I'll get a members only. Now, but here's what I wanted to tell you about these glasses, okay?
I love those glasses, by the way.
Now that I'm wearing them and I'm looking at myself, I love these glasses.
No, they're great. They're better than these reading glasses. Wait, hold on. Side note, and I'm going to get to this.
Popbox coming up.
Dude, I just thought of another thing for us. So we start the company. What the fuck is that smell? It's a van that just goes and smells stuff, right? It's just, you ever just even itch yourself and you go and you're like, oh, what is that? Like, our company will smell stuff on the carpet. Will smell in the air. No,
I got some guys that would do that for free.
Whatever. Yeah, you can figure out what's that smell. They need to make reading glasses like the ones like those, because I hate wearing these because everyone sees that I need reading glasses because I can't. Everything is very, very blurry. I have those. You don't see where my eyes are. Right. You look like you're looking right at the camera instead of this. See, look, I'm looking at the camera. See how this is weird? I look down like this at people's comments. It looks like that. I need those.
I have another pair, John. I have 2 pair of these. So I'm going to send you a pair. Like I'm going to send you one. At first, when I got these as a gift, I thought, well, this is ridiculous. I'm never going to wear these. I've been hanging on to these glasses for probably 10 years, and I never wear them because I thought they looked ridiculous. But I'm just now looking at myself, and I'm in love with these glasses. Now, but my thought was about what did you say? He said something, but I couldn't hear him. Oh, by the way, we have a Patreon, Heffron Reap Patreon. If you want to be a supporter of our podcast, you can do that. Go to patreon.com/Heffron and Reap. We got 3 different levels of support. And the first level, real cheap. I think it's $3.99 or $4.99. You get shout outs. Real cheap, and you get to know that we love you and appreciate you. Next level, I forgot the price, but you will be the bumper that we use for the subject change. So all you got to do is record yourself, look at the camera, just record yourself saying, well, let's just say your name is Thomas. You go, hi, this is Thomas, and this is a Heffron and Reap subject change. And then we'll put the music on it and the sound effects later. But it will be you on the show as the subject change. Or if you want to take a picture of your house or wherever, your living room, your kitchen, your bathroom, send it to us and we'll green screen it and it'll look like our background. So our background could be something that you send us. Okay. And then the last level of support, I believe that's $25, maybe more. We'll give you a link to this very podcast, and you could join us on the podcast, and we will interview you and talk to you.
We have a bunch of other, when we were trying to figure out what we getting sponsors and doing a thing and blah, 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 blah. That's all pain in the ass. So we were trying to think of cool levels, something that'd be fun for us to do.
Yeah.
But make it worthwhile for you, because I know it's a bit of having a hat out type thing. We get it. However, I'm really excited about the you get to be on the show thing.
Yeah,
because it's not just us having you on and making fun of you and stuff. We will have questions you will fill out, and we will plug your business if it's legit. It's not going to be any weird, shady MLM thing. But we've talked to you about that. You'll be able to plug stuff. We have some really fun ways to do all this. The shout outs, I have a fun way that even John Reap doesn't know yet that we're going to do for the shout out. So it's not just us saying your name. There's going to be a lot of value for what this stuff is. And that's just what things are doing now. And since we're not performing, you know what, John Reap, that's what we do. Right.
Yeah. Now, I'd also like to add, when you sign up for Patreon, we just did this today, by the way. Our Patreon is brand new.
Yeah.
So if you go there right now, it's still sort of like the boilerplate verbiage that they might use. We don't like calling you guys fans because like, but that's what Patreon does. So right now it just says fans or whatever. What would you like for us to call you? Well, we got different levels, right? So first level, let's just say, because it's shout out, maybe we call that one the Tears for Fears level. And we go, shout, right. Let it all out. That's for you, Thomas Erwert, or whatever. But I'm saying we need names of the different tiers for support.
I'm curious of, help us, I don't know. If there's cool things you think, like I have my book that I wrote that I'm very proud of. I could send it to people for, I don't know what levels or what type of, I don't, I feel a little, it's whatever I'm doing. I don't like doing it this way, but what are you going to do? But
it's the world we're living in, man. We got to do it.
The pop rocks, but there's going to be fun. I have maybe in my garage, and this isn't a level, but this is the way that I'm thinking. In my garage, I have minimum of 4,000 CDs. Minimum.
Wow.
I'm thinking you probably have a bunch at home, or you go to Goodwill's and you find cassettes. What if we have the Heffern and Reap Records and Tape Club, where every month or 2 months, or during people who are at that level, we send them a CD or cassette with a little note saying why this means something to us. Like why? Yeah. Don't you think that would be fun? Like and then have them on and play that. That's something we'll talk after show in our post-show meeting. But I just
like the Columbia House thing that you used to sign up for and get like 100 free CDs in the mail. This won't be like that. You're just going to get one.
Get one, but it's going to be special.
And Heffern will pick it out. It'll be real cool, and it'll mean something.
But we're probably going to do that with a lot of the levels now, which are only 2. So I'd be early. I'd be an early bird person right now, because you're going to get a lot of value out of it just because we're experimenting. I'm also making candles, John Reap. I'm just saying I'm making candles, and I can't tell you what the scent is going to be because I don't want to share it. But the candle making thing, and we might have a level, or even on one of the levels now, where you get a candle. I don't know. So much to do, and you're gonna make
me have to make something now. If you're making candles and sending out CDs and pop rocks, and I'm over here doing nothing,
you got to come. You got to come to the farm, dude.
I got to do something.
Rid of the smell. Come to the farm. Do live barn shows before it gets cold. I'm telling you, here in Michigan, nothing's open. We can do an outdoor show at the barn across the street and get 100 people there. I don't know.
Stacy Stone loves candles.
Oh, you're gonna love my candles. I don't have a fun name to them.
Do you have a certain scent that you're working on? Is your candles going to have scent, or is it just wax?
I can't share anything with you, John Reap. I can't. It's such a good idea.
That's okay.
We were walking around Cleveland, and we were looking at candles. People made candles. And once you get into where they're made, how do you get the canisters? You see they're all kind of come from the same place. And you see the same price point, and you get it. But this idea I have, I can't share it.
That's okay.
It'll be and Christmas. So it's a whole
At some point, it will be on.
We should make Heffern and Reap headbands and wristbands.
I like that.
That's a given. I think that's.
Dude, can you imagine Heffern and Reap 80s wristbands and headbands? Come on.
Why would we not?
John Heffron, you need some cool 80s Lorenzo Lamas leather wristbands. That's a good idea. Lorenzo Lamas.
Dude, I wish if I was closer to, I know where these wristbands are. I think, nah. Dude, I want the wristbands just to be wristbands. I don't want wristbands that hold your cell phone or hold your whatever. These I want straight up just.
Yeah, and they gotta be cloth. They can't be leather because leather doesn't absorb moisture. You need something that actually is for wiping sweat. Don't you agree, John? I mean, leather looks cool, but unless you're trying to like block swords, I don't know. It's more of like this is supposed to be for sweat.
Then if you get leather wristbands, Rick, then you have to go with a wallet chain. It's a whole thing, John. Right. We can't go down that.
We don't want to get into leather. Yeah. John, before I forget.
Yeah.
And because I know. Oh, yeah. Don't forget Pop Rocks coming up. John Heffron is going to put grape Pop Rocks in his mouth, and we're going to hear it. He may or may not chase it with some Vernors.
I haven't.
That's not been confirmed or denied. But I want to tell you about these glasses. Yes. Not these glasses. I had another thing I was going, oh, yeah. Let me see them damn things. Turn. Give me some profile look.
These are
okay.
Second, I put these on. I'm like, what are you? One of them liberals? I like, again, remember Oakley's how these used to be badass. And now anytime your Instagram gets hacked, those are Ray-Bans. I always see people have Ray-Bans like 75% off, and you can always tell that they got hacked because it's the same ad. Do you remember the ones in the 80s that had the leather off to the side and then the back end looped around your ear?
John, I've been trying to tell you about this for the last 15 minutes. I remember how I keep saying, I want to talk more about sunglasses.
Okay.
And then we don't get there. And then the moment I leave the window open.
And Reed. Subject change. Heffron and Reed. Subject change.
You know, if you were part of whatever level it is, right there, you would have had your video played 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just okay. So
that could have been all you, Chase Waters.
Okay.
That could have been all you. So I was going to tell you this.
I'm not going to say anything else until you tell me all about your sunglasses.
God bless you. Okay. I appreciate that, John. Back in the day, I don't know if it was Ferrari or Porsche that made sunglasses that you could fold. They would fold right here.
Porsche.
Huh?
Porsche
made sunglasses that you could fold.
You know why I pulled you over?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Was I speeding?
Yeah. They were Porsche, I believe.
Porsche. Yeah, you could fold them up. And then they had a little carrying case. You could put them in the little leather carrying case and zip it up. And some of them had the like a leathery type part for the side, and it would loop around the ear. That's what I was trying to say. And then you beat me to it, and it upset me.
Sorry, right?
I'm over it now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yes, Chase says I got Ronnie Milsap shades on. I don't know. Oh, sorry. When you said Ronnie Milsap, I was thinking Conway Twitty. Ronnie Milsap is the blind one. Yeah. She keeps the home fire burning. Wait, that was Conway Twitty.
What's up? He loves the rainy night.
Nope, Eddie Rabbit.
Wait,
I'm trying to think of a song.
Who are we thinking?
Ronnie Milsap's. Oh, there's a stranger in my house. There's somebody here that I can't see. That's Ronnie Milsap's. I always thought that was funny because, he's blind, and he's saying there's a stranger in his house. There's someone there that he can't see. Well, obviously, there's probably a lot of people in there you can't see, because you can't see. He was a blind man.
I'm looking up Ronnie Milsap's song, "Stranger in My House."
I wouldn't have missed it for the world.
If I play it, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Or we're probably not allowed to, right? We're probably
I can do it.
You can't.
I Wouldn't change one memory of the things you meant to me, even though I lost you, girl. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Okay, something like that.
Shit, that was good.
Thanks,
Are you allowed to do karaoke on podcasts, or do you not have the rights?
Also, don't forget, Lost in the 50s tonight was another Ronnie Milsap's.
Can we?
Milsap hit.
Where are we? Wait, what else, John? I want to hear you more. I want to hear you sing more.
Oh, dude, I can sing, man. I love karaoke.
Hey,
that's why if you go on my cruise ship, I do a karaoke night and I sing with everybody. I mean, I can't sing I'm not, there's some songs I can do, like I know I got my go-to karaoke songs that I know.
Which
I'm
one?
going to bring the house.
Which are they? Which ones are they?
Well, you trying to get me to do it right now?
I'm trying to stall. By the way, this is the longest pop rock teaser I've ever experienced.
Yes, don't forget, coming up soon, John Heffron is going to put great pop rocks in his mouth. I just talked all over you.
Yeah, we do that because I have Farmhouse. I'm trying to play something on YouTube, John Reap, and can you hear that? Hold on. Can you hear it? No, you can't hear
barely.
That.
I barely heard it.
Can you hear that? No.
Play it again.
It's not playing to miss you now.
Oh yeah.
It's long that I feel for you.
Feel for you. Yeah, that's oh God, what's his name? Now you gotta put me on the spot.
As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the
day that I die. Oh, darling, I'm gonna love you forever. Forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old women sit and talk about old men.
We should harmonize. We should start a group.
Let's do it. Randy Travis.
Sully.
Randy Travis was a badass, by the way.
So many good songs. So many.
I mean, I'm talking in real life like a badass. Like
I don't know anything about him.
Oh, look up some Randy Travis like arrest videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't think it. The songs and the way this looks, it looks so nice. And I mean, I think he wrecked his Camaro into a gas station one time and was naked.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, he's packing some heat and he likes to show it off.
All right. So should I? Reap keeps singing.
Well, I also
would do anything
say,
for.
Oh, what's that?
Chase says, "Reap sing. I would do anything for love."
I would do anything.
Is that a minute?
Oh, okay, ready?
Okay, hold on. Let me give the Chase. It's 8 minutes after 9:00 on Monday, this September 1st. Right before we get to John Heffron doing some pop rock, great flavor. We got little John Reap singing, I will do anything for love right here on the Heffron Reap Show.
And I would do anything for love. That's the only words I know. I won't do that. Oh, I do that part. I won't do that. No, I need the lyrics to that one, and that's a very long song, and that's Meatloaf, and he screams a lot. But he could belt it out. And I would do anything for love. I drive right through the ocean and back. I don't know if it's you drive through the ocean, but I won't do that. Yeah, I won't do that. So I just won't do that. Dude, we should have a karaoke night, John. I should come to Michigan. We should turn your barn, get that 12-year-old kid to start working on this. We're going to turn that barn into a comedy club / karaoke bar. And you're going to charge people admission. and you're going to start your own Branson, Missouri in your backyard. You know how Yakov Smirnoff has his own theater? He doesn't have to go anywhere. Yeah. People come to him. That's what you need. People need to come to you.
Do a little 80s church, a little singing.
Yeah.
A little stand-up comedy. What price did you pay for that? Crap, that sounds like a fun night.
And then maybe give him a tour of your house. That 12-year-old could do. I mean, you could put that kid to work, man.
Chase, dude, I want to hear you sing. I'm going to think before we do this next one.
Wait, are you saying that I sound good?
There's songs I want to know if you know how to sing now. That might become a thing. Can John sing this song?
When you say can sing, does that mean I know the lyrics or I can actually hit the vocal part of it?
What are some of your, I don't think we got to this. What are some of your karaoke go-to?
Oh, yeah. Ready?
I wish, yeah.
I got a little change in my pocket going jing-a-lang-a-lang. I want to call you on telephone, baby. Give you a ring, but each time we talk, I get the same old thing. Always no huggy, no kissing until I get a wedding ring. My honey, my baby, don't put my love upon no shelf. She said, don't hand me no lines and keep your hands to yourself.
I don't know if I know any lyrics like that much of a song.
That's my go-to. That's the one I know. That's that one song you forget you like until you hear it again. You're like, holy crap, I did like that song, and I forgot all about that. Georgia Satellites.
I would always do the one time. Singing karaoke scares me more than anything in the entire world. It petrifies me to have to do karaoke. But the one time I would do it, I'd always go, you want to water back in 16 I don't know that what on you and the blame I get don't know what to do. Oh, you were the last one. Where's your children?
Video killed the radio star.
Or I don't know as much as I listen to music, as much as I listen to Sade, I don't know. I could do songs just out,
Here's a message by Mark. Why Heffron not dressed cool like Reap? Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know it was dress up, Mark. You want me to go put on? I have parachute pants.
You have a members only jacket. I've seen you wear it.
I didn't know. You wait till next week, Mark. How dare you?
David Del Bochio says, I could have driven to the Walmart and got my own Pop Rocks by now. By the way, don't forget, coming up soon, John Heffron is going to put a whole packet of grape Pop Rocks in his mouth, and we're going to get to hear it and watch it if you're watching. Possibly, and I'm not committing to this, there could be soda right after that.
I haven't. I'm just thinking of 80s country songs for you now. What about?
I start walking your way, you start walking mine. We'll meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine. We gain a lot of ground, 'cause we both give a little. Ain't no love too strong if we meet in the middle.
Oh, so good.
Thanks, buddy.
An infomercial. And you also get, I like to sit back and have a glass of wine and listen to the hits of John Reap.
John Reap sings the 80s country.
We were walking in high cotton. All my times I'm not forgotten. I don't know the lyrics on.
Dude, that's great. Hey, John, one of the CDs that you send out is going to be a CD that I make of me just singing 80s country music.
Almost like that's the golden ticket of the Willy Wonka.
Right. It's that one.
You just there's one. And if you get that, What other 80s, this old highway's getting longer. Ain't no singer, ain't no.
Oh yeah, hang on. That's is that Big and Rich? No. Is that
lonely women and bad booze seem to be the only friend I have inside.
Oh, Danny Nealon wants to hear "The Gambler" by Kenny Rogers.
Good one. The song. Remember this part of Kenny Rogers when it was and he turned and you could have depended as Tommy turned and locked the door. And then he's promised me, son, not to
Do the things I've done. Yeah.
Walk away from trouble if you can. It don't mean you're weak if you turn the other cheek. Yeah. Or what one of my favorite songs, The Smile. Sing it with me, please, John. The smile on her face really shows that
you lead me. There's something.
The touch of your hand. Wherever I fall.
You say, oh yeah,
best.
Best.
You said
best.
When you
say nothing at all. Yeah. Oh, I think, John, maybe we need to make a country album.
Oh, we should.
I mean, what if we made our own, like it's just covers. We're not going to write new country music. Although we do have one country song that you were supposed to be working on about a boat. Pontoon boat.
My pay grade. I'm just saying more country songs for us. And by the way, those of you watching on Facebook, those of you
Chattahoochee. Oh, that's a good one.
Some of you might thinking, well, but listen, sometimes in this busy world, me and John we take time for ourselves to entertain ourselves and to have fun. And this bit could have been over 6 minutes ago. I get it. We could have stopped singing songs and moved on. We could have played this.
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
And that could have been your video if you, but we're taking this. What song? Oh,
Chattahoochee.
Yeah. I'll sing with like.
Well, wait, before we do that, you know who sings that song, don't you?
Alan.
Hey, Alan Jackson. Now, look, I didn't tell Sully Kate to say Chattahoochee.
That's like my cue. I hear that word come out on the speakers, and I automatically appear because I'm here to not sing it. So,
in case there are people who don't know, our producer right there with the earbuds in his ears.
Don't tell him. People are like, "No way, that's great. Don't wreck it." Thank you, Alan. We'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Okay.
Hey, don't forget, coming up soon, John Heffron is going to put a bag of grape Pop Rocks in his mouth.
We're just going to let it go, right? For the people who have some weird audio fixation.
Listen to it. Yeah.
Dude, your wristbands, every time you hit your face, those are good. Those are good.
I'm liking this look, dude.
I want those glasses. If you can send me.
I'm going to send them to you.
I just need them in reading, but I think we go back to headbands and wristbands. I think everybody listening, or if you're on, I think if we all commit, it's a small group. There's 11 of us.
Yep. I want to do this because I've been staring at this. I'm looking at the comments on the side, by the way. Sully has typed in Chattahoochee. And now it's in my head, and I have to belt it out, okay? Because I can't move forward until I do this.
Okay.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. Well, I learned how to swim, and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. That's it. I just had to get that out of my system. I can move on now.
Dream about women. Dave
Del Bochia believes that the Pop Rocks will never happen. I guarantee you it will happen.
I'm going to do it as soon as John Reap.
It's going to be our big closer.
I'm thinking of 80s songs. 80s country is hard because I don't know new country. I stopped except for Sam Hunt. Love Sam Hunt. I'm a big Sam Hunt fan.
Yeah.
Not enough to even know his lyrics. I mean, I know all of his songs. If you were to play or if you were to start singing a Sam Hunt song, then I could sing it, but I don't know any new country.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, I'm the same, dude. I like old school country music. And I'm lumping 80s, mid 80s, before Garth Brooks, mid 80s. Garth was in the 90s. That's when country started getting a little too poppy, and Garth did it. Now, don't get me wrong. I like me some Garth, but he made it a little bit poppy, and he took it to a place that's not really country. You know what I'm saying? So I like all country music before Garth Brooks was, to me, old school country. And that includes.
What about Rascal Flats? With my Bell's palsy, I can't say flats all the time. Hey, baby, is that you? Why your hair looks so long? Yeah. Really? Do you know that's a really do? I know my dream ain't that the song we're dancing. No.
I don't know that song. Maybe it's because you're doing it.
I would get ways to pull up some of these songs, but I don't have that capabilities. On the Road Again, a great one. Okay. Let me see this, John Reap. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
That could be you. That could be some of you listening. Right. Let me ask you this.
Roxanne Sussex, had you recorded yourself saying, "Hi, my name is Roxanne Sussex, and this is a Heffron and Reap subject change," we would have played that.
Samantha busting in with a Delta Dawn.
What's that flower you have on?
You know, my very first Tonight Show, and I'm name dropping.
Bam! Woohoo! Whoa!
I was on TV, and I was on the Tonight Show. You know who the guest was? The big guest?
Hang on. Who was the guest?
Dolly Parton.
Oh, yeah. Did you talk to her?
She sat next to me. She touched my knee. She touched my knee and talked to me. And my dad was like, do you realize what happened? Like,
wow.
Dolly Parton touched you. Yeah. She was, yeah.
Was she as pleasant?
I will always love you.
I don't know if it's your microphone or if are you just not committing to hitting those high notes? Are you just not trying?
I don't know the words. If I heard music, if you were singing and whatever, I would commit more, but I'm not going solo. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I
don't understand this comment that someone.
When I'm alone in the room, sometimes I stare at the wall. In the back of my mind, I have my
conscience call.
When tell me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove for the first time in my life. I say I need love. There I was giggling about the games that I had played with many hearts, and I'm not saying no names. Here, jobs, made my eyes blurred as I looked at myself. Look what I've done to her. Yeah. Anyway,
LL Cool J.
Girl, staring as can be. Putting on a putty for an itty bitty fee. Every red light should come over to your ride. Okay. Who's gonna ask you something?
Someone said, "Why do you have Garth chapstick?" And I don't understand what that means. I don't own any chapstick, let alone Garth chapstick. Mick Bolam wrote that. Mick, I'm all up for a funny joke and stuff. What does it mean, though? Can you explain it to me? I want to help. Heffron, remember melodies? That just went away.
How about that? I'm literally looking at my thing. Okay.
Remember melodies. Reap is the lyrics. Oh, yeah.
By the way, this is right. That's what they give you when you're on the Tonight Show. See that?
No way. Is that for real?
Yeah, it's literally in my junk drawer right here.
You got that as a gift for being on the Tonight Show?
Yeah, it's in a box from Leno, but that's
wow. Let me see that. Okay, wait. What's in the middle of it? Is it an owl?
It just says Tonight Show. Side note. Hold on.
Heffron and Reap. Subject change.
Somebody just sent me all the videos for my last comic standing on thing. If you'd like to have 1 or 2 minute viewing parties or 30 seconds for the next podcast. I don't know if we get in trouble for playing it, but I will. If you want to see moments, I haven't seen them in 25 years or 20 years, whatever the math is.
Huh.
Okay. You're not into it. All right.
No, I'm sorry, John. I checked out. I was reading these comments and I stopped listening to you. I'm admitting it though. I screwed up. I was a bad friend right there. I didn't hear what you said.
I don't
should
even
have just said, "Yep, that's good."
That's a good thing about being friends with me. If I tell you a story and you go, "I'm sorry, I couldn't repeat what I said because I literally don't know what I say after I say it." It's always
okay. Mick Bolam, you're an underground fan. I'm an underground. Yes, I do like the digital underground. They did the Humpty dance. What are the odds that Mick Bolam is talking about digital underground and he's saying I'm a digital underground fan? Or is he saying I'm an underground Garth fan? Like I said, I like some Garth. But when he tried to switch to Chris Gaines, I thought that was weird. Remember that? When he tried to like change his whole identity for a minute and went to Chris Gaines. Dude never exchanged the. Yeah, I need to know more about the chapstick. I want to know.
Oh, I tried pulling up a country song to sing, and this is what came up.
What? Hey, must be the money.
I thought that was the what's his face song. Anyway,
hey, don't forget, coming up soon, John Heffron is going to put a whole pack of grape pop rocks in his mouth, and we're going to hear it.
What's country song? What did he say?
Oh, yeah, so you're on a country kick right now. You want more
because I don't feel it's an open loop. I don't feel we closed the country. I looked on my phone, and I have a country playlist right here. Ready? Okay. Here's what's on it. Want to hear?
Yeah.
I'm still a guy. Know who this is? I see one.
Brad Paisley.
Yep.
It took me a second.
Into
Some Beach.
nope.
Oh yeah, I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. That's a Toby Keith song. There's so much truth to that song too. Do y'all remember the song Alan Jackson did that Foxworthy did the video for? No, I don't, Chase Waters. What is that? She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on. There you go, Jen Ryan.
It was Labor Day weekend. I was 17. I bought a Coke and some gasoline.
Oh.
I drove out to the county fair.
Yeah, I forgot. She was killing me in that miniskirt or something like that, right?
Yeah.
White t-shirt and miniskirt. John, I have to say this because this is a great idea. Sully Kate 3 put up. You got to sing God Bless the USA with Pop Rocks in your mouth. Okay, that's how we're ending this podcast. You are going to sing God Bless the USA. So you got to look up the lyrics.
I don't. Okay, just give me a moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
I will.
Or plug something.
Look. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to start plugging stuff, and then you started talking again.
I'm going to stop talking.
All right. So, Alan, won't you put the Patreon up one more time? I'll go over that real quick. Patreon.com/Heffron and Reap. We just put it up today. There's 3 different levels. You want to help us out? Please do so. You get shout outs. You could do a subject change where you record it yourself and we use you and everything. You take a picture and we'll use it as a background. You want to be your living room? You want it to be your kitchen, the bathroom, whatever you want. It'll be the background. Are you ready, John?
Yeah. So should I sing it and then try to sing along with it? Should I hit play and then like Pop Rocks first? Because I don't know how long this will last. Like how long is the high for? Do we know?
Right. Okay. Here's what. Play the song, and then right when the lyrics kick in, put the Pop Rocks in your mouth and try to sing. Okay. So give us a build up.
This is you
got to hit the post. You're gonna hit the Pop Rock post.
Chase said I need to plug my mouth with some Pop Rocks. Okay, Chase. He said Chase has had some good ideas, and I'm not a fan of that one. Here we go. I'm gonna play this because we're.
I just read what he said.
Yeah. We're gonna get political here. And by that means we're all part of the U.S., right? We're all divided, and we need to come together as a country, whatever that means. And just remember, neighbors, family, something. And I don't even know what that means. Okay, here we go.
I got you.
Tomorrow all the things were gone. I'd worked for all my life.
Yeah, wait for the chorus, John.
Had to start again. With just my children
And my wife. Okay.
There we go.
thank my lucky stars to be living here.
Put it close to the mic.
By the way, don't forget early voting's happening in a lot of states. If you haven't voted, show up and vote. Vote so we can end this. Okay. Oh, shit.
Do it.
That I'm proud to be an
Sing.
No, I'm feeling. Oh, yeah. The man's love who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her till the day. Ain't no doubt I love this way. I bless the U.S.A.
I do hear it's weird. It's like, yeah. Okay. Ooh. All right. As I'm hearing this, I'm getting grossed out. But Dave Del Bochia loves it. Mick wants you to swallow.
I don't
Sully
know.
Kate says yes. That song brings tears to my eyes. Okay. Oh, that was a good one. Oh man. Does that I haven't had that. I haven't had Pop Rocks in forever. Okay. Now, do you have any soda, John? Pop.
Trying to kill me.
What do you call it?
When was the last you haven't had Pop Rocks? Pop Rocks are so good. I don't know how much.
I don't do candy hardly ever. I gotta get back into candy, I guess.
That's ingredients, dude. I have not had Pop Rocks, and that was tasty. Ingredients: sugar, lactose, corn syrup. Already 3 awesome flavors or things. Artificial flavored red 40. Red 40's in everything. I'm gonna look at this whatchamacallit and look. Hold on. Red 40 is in whatchamacallit. What else?
That's what they called me in high school, dude. I was number 40, and I had red hair. They called me Red 40.
Blue processed with carbon dioxide. What? Pop Rocks has exhaust fumes in it. Right? So can you eat Pop-Tarts in a closed garage door? Could you just, dude? Wait, got another song? Because there's more Pop Rocks.
Oh yeah, okay. So what? Give us some more songs, you guys. What do you want to hear, John? John, why don't you do Rapper's Delight? I said a hip.
Hop, hippity, hippity, hip, hop, hop, don't stop, boogie, bang, bang, boogie, bang on a bum in the breeze.
What you hear is
walk around. That's right on time. It's tricky.
how is it?
It's tricky, tricky. What a little girlie. What is good, girlie? What the wrong? Yeah. You gotta lose yourself in the music, the movement, the moment. You never let it go. Oh.
Now you sound like someone who lost their hearing.
One opportunity. Okay.
Oh, sing Boogie Scoot Boogie. Way down yonder, past the city limit line, there's a honky tonk. Yeah. Something like that. I thought they stopped making Pop Rocks. I guess not. So that's what's going to happen, folks. Don't forget, rate, review, subscribe, and share to this podcast. We're still working on it. We're having fun. I hope you're having fun. You know, I know if you're just listening to this, maybe you missed out on some of the visuals, but don't worry. You can watch it on YouTube because we also have this on YouTube. Best thing to do, go to heffernandreap.com. If you go to heffernandreap.com, I saw that, Alan. You put Red 40 up. That was good. If you go to heffernandreap.com, you can watch, listen, share, subscribe. Eventually, there'll be a link to the Patreon up there. But that's the easiest thing to do. Go to heffernandreap.com and share. Share the love. You know what we really need, John, is we need people to rate us and review us on iTunes. We haven't had a new iTunes review in a while, and that would really bump up our numbers.
Yeah.
So Sully, Kate, and Thomas, and Nick, and Rick, and oh yeah, we gotta make wristbands. Go ahead.
We're gonna do wristbands, headbands. I'm gonna work on that when we're done here. I got nothing. I'm gonna go online. I'm gonna get our logo. How about just our logo, our Heffron and Reap logo, just like Did Alonzo never get back to us?
Oh, my computer died, so what? I have no idea.
You've been running this solo this whole time?
Yeah, I didn't bring my power cord this one time.
Chase Walders, by the way, says next week try Crack Rocks. Holy cow, that'd be
wow
podcast. The thing is, we'd probably start it and then end it 10 years later with our life shattered. So
I would be so afraid to try Crack Rocks. I would probably fall in love with it.
Yeah,
exactly what you just said. Everything would be done.
We're done. Maybe you get a podcast with us chewing Hubba Bubba, a bubble yum. I mean, that could be a thing.
Big League Chew.
We could do a whole podcast with Big League Chew. I mean, there's stuff we can do.
Yeah.
Yes, you can, Rick. Wait, what are you? Hold on.
He's wanting to design something.
We're doing this and people are watching us, John. I literally sometimes just talk to you. I was going to ask Rick, wait, what can you design? Rick, talk to us off air. You know how to get a hold of us. Come on, Rick. Yeah. We're about to do a dismount. And
I have to pee so bad right now.
We need to end it. We need a big flash. Here's what Alan, when we say goodbye, if you could just play one of those videos, just so it's not so. But when you play the video, John, don't forget it comes back to us. So stay there and keep smiling. So Alan will play the video, but don't be like don't do anything because it's gonna come back. So Alan, everybody, I wish vote if you haven't voted. Just vote for whoever you want to vote, but just be part of the process. Sorry, political. Also, Heffron and Reap, the Patreon, check that out. All that stuff. But more importantly, be safe. I don't even know what to say. Anyway, here we go. All right, Alan.
Bye.
Since you love the Heffron and Reap show, please go to iTunes and let them know. Rank the show and leave a comment. We don't care what you write, They Heffron and Reap have low self-esteem. So please validate them by ranking them and making them seen. So no matter what you do, rank Heffron and Reap on iTunes.